Hi, this is Mattia and I am the director of Boogie Woogie Blues. Let me give you like a short introduction about my film background. When I moved to Berlin around the 2019, I started to study in the private school called Art on the Run. It's basically like a school where you can follow short courses and then gain and learn the basics of filmmaking. Once I've completed the course, I was lucky enough to work with the owner of the school because he also owned a production company called Big Country. So I had the opportunity to work to do my first experience into the field with them, especially with the commercial or catwalk or music videos, a little bit of everything. um, then I also I tried to work as at the very beginning I tried to work as a freelance filmmaker, and I had the opportunity to work with another production company called 2B2 based in Hamburg. The, with the director Jonathan Barkau, and with him and his crew, I could work on the realization of these indie low budget horror movies based in Hatten, like a city in the middle of nowhere in Germany. Um, After that, I was continuing to trying to find more jobs or more experience to do, and then 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to apply for studying in this university in Berlin, based in Berlin, called Filmhochschule. I sent the application. Meanwhile, I was in Japan. It was very hard, challenging, especially for the difference of time between Europe and Japan. But I did. I had a chance to get two spots in the school, one in the directing class and another one in the screenwriting class. And still, I am still like studying at Film Harsher. In fact, Boogie Woogie Blues was one of the few projects I had to complete during the first year of directing class. This is why I'm really proud to show it in Tokyo Short Film Festival, especially because it's one of the projects that come out from my school experience. And after that, I'm still studying at this university, at this school based in Berlin. But meanwhile, every time I have a chance to work on the independent project, private project, or anything that is connected to filmmaking, even like a proper pay project, I am more than happy to put my hands into it. Right now, I am also waiting to start to start an internship in two production companies. Which one is based in Berlin, and then this is basically let's say that this is my experience of filmmaking. But this is how I started. Basically, everything started with COVID. um, I I don't want to say thanks to COVID because it doesn't sound fair or right, but because of the lockdown, I had more time to finally to approach to my real passion, and I had the chance to work on it, to study filmmaking, practical filmmaking, theory filmmaking. The first year basically by myself, studying on the web, online, reading books, and then just playing with my camera. And then after that, I had the chance to, yes, to follow this course in this private school. And then from there, like everything went pretty fast, to be honest. And then this is how I started filmmaking. I try to put everything I like in it. Uh, I think Boogie Woogie Blues is a summa of all my uh, everything I liked in filmmaking, in television, in cinema, in animation. So basically, like I'm a big fan of all those hard-boiled 80s, 90s style noir stories, or like I like also like I like to mix genres, and this is, I think this is what like Boogie Woogie Blues. The most big inspiration I got from Boogie Woogie Blues, I would say that it's that all those movies from Robert Rodriguez or Tarantino, especially from the first years of their career, or also there is a lot of Japanese animation stories, or even mangas, like one of the story that it's basically like I think it's very connected to Boogie Woogie Blues might be Trigun. That it's also like I would say that it's a sci-fi western story, or like there is some of Cowboy Bebop from the director Shinichiro Watanabe. The thing is that I try to show something about my idea in those 3 minute video, but of course, like the story, the universe where it's based, this story is definitely bigger than this. But basically, like, yes, I would say that it's a basically like a story like about those two very strange character that they're just like they start this journey like on this car, and then you don't really understand why they are there, or if they are escaping from something or from someone. And there is just this road, but basically like I would say that might be reconnected to uh, like a noir, hard boiler, fantasy stories for sure. And then there is also like the first idea of a Boogie Woogie Blues, or well, I will say that the original idea is that I would like to work on it, especially like as a web series, like a web series of 8 episodes, each episode of a maximum 5 minutes each, and then I would like to um, build up the story of this universe, or the story of these two characters during their journey on this car. In fact, one of the movie that where I was inspired. There are more than one, to be honest, but there is from Dust Till Dawn from Rodriguez. There is Buffalo 66 from Vincent Gallo. There is a little bit of The Shadow, very old movie with Alec Baldwin. Darkman, one of my favorite movie from the 90s. Yeah, you can see, you can catch my love for all those um, retro B movies or popcorn movies, you know, from that age. Um, and then basically like yes, this is Boogie Woogie Blues. I would say that it's just uh, like a like a story of these two main characters. They are probably like seeking for something, like, and because thanks to the journey they will finally like they will try to answer to their question. So about my favorite filmmakers, this is tough. This question is really tough because I don't have one. I have few, severals that basically like they follow me from my childhood until now. Uh, and then I will say that the three major filmmakers that they had a huge impact on my style, there would be for sure Kitano Takeshi, Sergio Leone, and then Quentin Tarantino. I am a big fan of the three, especially about Kitano Takeshi. I loved all his movie from Brothers to Sonatine to Hard Boiled, from his very first movie Violent Cop, Kids Return, Dolls. I just Zatoichi. I just like almost all his movie. I can feel very connected, especially with these first works from the 80s and then the 90s, and then same for Tarantino from uh, Sergio Leone. For me, Sergio Leone, like it's a real master, of filmmaking. But I do also love Akira Kurosawa. I love Wong Kar-wai. I love the Gabriele Salvadores, and then also like Rodriguez for sure. I'm a big fan also of Koreda Hirokazu, and of course Shinichiro Watanabe. Um, there are so many other directors. The thing is that it's really hard to choose or to talk just about few of those because every movie, every story give me so much, or like give me the opportunity to improve uh, my storytelling, my skills, my own my experience in how to not just how to film, but also how to write a story, how to show without tell. Um, this is why, like, I'm also a huge fan of. I'm a huge fan of Korean filmmaking, and then especially about Bong Joon-ho. Uh, and then but there are so many other filmmakers, especially like independent filmmakers, American filmmakers that I liked. There are just so many, like Jim Jarmusch is one of those. um, then uh, there are just so many, and I think but I will say I'm in love for independent filmmaking and also low budget filmmaking, because I think that when you have the chance to watch like a good low budget independent Hindi film, you have a chance to see what real filmmaking is. I have like a couple of names in my mind right now. The thing I don't remember the name of the directors. Like one, it's Booba Hopet with Harry Campbell. It's like a horror B movie, super independent, but it's beautiful, it's outstanding, or at least for me. And there is another one from the director of The Crow. It's called 16 Samurai. It's a post-apocalyptic rockabilly um, Hindi action story. It's also like I remember when I discovered that I was a teenager. I was still studying at the high school. I went to this shopping mall, and then where you can find there is this corner where you have you can buy all those films that basically like very cheap film that nobody wants. So with a good budget, yeah, definitely like even with a good budget, I would love to shoot some kind of indie story, some kind of independent, yeah, filmmaking story, low budget or not, because I have a feeling that when you do something like independent or like when you are not um, when you are not forced to work with big production and then like to respect so many standards and rules, this is where like you can express your it's not about to express your true heart, you can express your true feelings, and then you might have the chance to um, to share your real feelings, your idea to the viewers. um, I will definitely like, yes, I mean, I think now you start to know like my my taste, my kind of a style. I would love to shoot something like always so much into like those all thriller, hard-boiled pulp stories. Um, Especially like I'm really intrigued about city stories, you know, and then I would love to talk about someone who's basically like uh, who stay distance from the society, not definitely like the classic hero or the classic successful person or big and someone with a big with charisma. I was always very passionate about broken characters. I really do like broken characters. More they're broke and more they're real, I would say. And this is why like that would be really nice maybe to shoot something like or like in a big dirty metropolis or like just in a very hidden small cities, or like a village, something like, you know, uh, something like in a place in the middle of nowhere maybe. um, I would love to shoot. I would love to show also some melancholia in these stories, but just like a tiny bit, and then play a lot with some kind of dark jokes, dark humor. Um, I was a really big. I am still like a big fan of the Coen brother. I really like their stories. I liked so much Fargo. I thought it was a really interesting movie, and then also like I really appreciate the TV show. Mm, the TV show Fargo, and then like, yes, I would like to basically like shoot some kind of story. Right now, with the help of my brother, I'm also writing on. I'm working like on my next project. It might be like my first indie feature films, or at least I'm trying to work on it. And then it's basically like, yes, it's in a story that it's based 90% inside this taxi or this cab, and then the main character, in fact, is a cabman. But there is definitely more, much more about him and about his story that he, the viewer can catch from the beginning. Like I really like also those kind of story with a big twist, or like I love those movies where like you at the beginning of something you think you're watching the kind of a kind of type of movie, but then you realize that it's something completely different. I remember I had this experience when I watched it for the first time, the movie The Village. I was very like surprised about the ending. Or like another movie similar to this one for me was The Others, you know. um, I loved so much when the story, the the plot of the story turn to the different direction, you know, and then you're so surprised. And this is why I'm also a big fans of animation movies, or also about mangas, because I can catch on the story the same kind of quality, you know, the the same surprise, or the way how they build up this kind of a suspense until they reach the climax. You know, I think it's really interesting. One of the latest anime that I really liked, for example, is Attack on Titan, just only about the story, the story twist, or like another great story that I loved is 20th Century Boys, Monster, Billy Bat. They're all mangas, but I think the storytelling is so powerful in there, so good. And anyway, I would love to write or to shoot such a kind of story. Um, is is definitely like and to do that I don't need a big, like an enormous budget, like American style budget. I would be more than happy to work with a small budget to get the best of it, you know, to get the best from each member of the crew, or like from the get the better the best from, sorry, the best from my actors, from myself, from the location, from everything. And then anyway, like, yes, I would like to shoot something like that, like a pulp, a dark comedy, or with some notes of hard boiled inside. That would be I would be really happy to shoot something like that, or like to shoot something completely different, maybe just a story, like just a normal story about friendship, about childhood, like a story of a few of two or three kids from this very small town, just you know, trying to find a space in the society, or like just try to like live in their life day by day. I mean, and this is in fact another movie that I really liked, especially when I was a kid, was Stand By Me. I loved the book, and then I loved the movie, especially the last line from the movie. I thought that was so powerful. If we talk about the production of my ideal movie, like I will say that I will try to make it more artistic as possible, more intrigue as possible. I will really instead to work on the quantity, I will try to work on the quality. Instead, think, okay, I want to make a movie for 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 the fans, or for the viewers, or for just like the people outside. I will be more focused now, whereas I can, like, I want to tell my story. This is my story, this is my uh, my movie, and this is the my personal uh, this is my personal way to show it, you know, to express myself, express my feeling, or express what I have in my mind. So like I will try to work a lot in that case for the location. For me, location, mise en scene, um, the costume design are the key of every good movie. I will also try to work a lot back to back with the DOP, because I really I'm mad into beautiful camera angle. And then I will try also to find a really good assistant director, because I think without a amazing assistant director, like I could do nothing by myself. So this is the thing. I'm definitely not very into pre-production of something, but I will really care about those aspects, and then also about actors. I will try to find the best, I mean, the best actor that would fit in this story, or that would fit in those characters and my characters. And then uh, once I will feel enough satisfied, then I will try to give them a lot of freedom. I don't believe in to control the actors. I just believe to um, uh, bring them to the right path, and then once they're there, they must understand how the character think, how the character react, or like what kind of trick is or her mind, you know. um, this is also why I really liked I mean, I respect Christopher Nolan as a director, because he's one of those directors that basically, like, he just spend few minutes, few words, try to explain the story, the structure of the character to their actors, and then they just they let them free to do whatever they want. And I think this is also very important. Of course, you must give some like kind of information and then ground rules to follow, but then it's up to them. And this is why, like, exactly like for me, if one day I will shoot something like my first feature film or like big production, I will definitely care, keep an eye on the location, on the crew, on my DOP, on the mise en scene a lot, on the lights and natural light, especially natural light. I love and mad about the natural light, and then about the actors. Those are the steps that I will be very careful to try um, to respect. What was the hardest part of making Boogie Woogie Blues? So definitely the time. We have to shoot Boogie Woogie Blues in only one working day, but the actual shooting was only about 6 hours. So we have to drive to basically this countryside outside of the city of Berlin, and we have to go there by 6 a.m. And then basically, because after we arrive to the meeting point, we spend the classic, we spend some time, different hours, trying to fix the problem, or like set up the equipment, try to, dressing the actors. So at the end of the day, we have to shoot. We shoot from midday until 6 p.m. because I also remember that it was before of spring. So basically, like, we had just a few hours before the sunlight just disappeared. And then also between midday to 6, we also had a lunch break. So like, we have to shoot Boogie Woogie Blues in less than 6 hours. It was crazy. In fact, we tried to do everything. I also, like, between during the shooting, I have to change a couple of things, and then I have to make everything like uh, works, with the new, with the change of the story, with the change of location. And then also we have to deal with this very old car. So basically, like, the car that you characters are driving is a very old Mitsubishi Colt. And then it was really hard because it wasn't working properly. The car had a problem with the engine, the engine, or like the battery, I don't know. So every time, before every scene, we have to push manually the car to let it start. And in fact, one of my crew member, they they she collect all those videos of us during the day just pushing this car from the morning until the end. It's really funny, but it was also very um, it's very stressed because we have to waste so much time about it. So definitely like but I mean we managed to do everything, because anyway I am very proud. I was very proud about my crew members, my staffs. I had a great people working on it, from the assistant director to the DOP and the first AC, from my the clothing designer. He was a great person. He was also like working in the same time as fashion designer, and then also as a best boy. Of course, my two actors, they play very well the scene, the story. So, but definitely like the most difficult thing about Boogie Woogie Blues was to deal with the time. Yes, I have a couple of projects in my mind right now, and I'm working on it. One of this project is basically like a story based inside this cab. It's about a cabman, a taxi driver, and then I'm writing this story with the help of my brother. And we are basically like, what we want to try is to write something that is a mix of different genres, and then also with a twist, trying to reproduce to have a nice twist on the story at one point. um, Also, we are basically like writing this story, trying to um, trying to use all the background, the stories of the tarot card culture. And what we want to do is basically to describe, to reconnect all the characters into the stories and the location with the meaning of each card from the tarot card, and then also like the specific combination from a card to another one, in this case from a character with a location. um, uh, we will try to recreate like a different like situation that reconnect with the meaning of these two different cards. And then it's also like we would like to it's about a story, the story about this cabman. I can't tell you too much, not because it's a top secret, it's just because it's still work in progress, and we're changing so much every day. We just change something of the story. uh, but I would say that there is something about kind of I don't know, Shutter Island style. So it basically like start in a way to finish in, in such a different yeah, such a different way from the beginning. Another project where I'm working right now is another project with the school film Marche. It's basically like it's a compendium of different stories, like it's a collection of maybe 4 or 5 short stories. It's a kind of a personal love letter to all the Japanese animations and then manga, anime, all those war operas works where I grew up when I was a child, when I was a teenager. So I would like to do like a readaptation of one few of the stories in my personal key, and then try to collect them all together. I'm really intrigued about this project because there is a lot of costume design, there is a lot of research. Uh, Again, the location might be play a very important key factor on that. So I do love work in this kind of set with this story where like you have to do so much with your, you have to play so much with the mise en scene or with the clothes, the costume, and then also with the music. What I'm trying to do with my works, I always try to work with the help of sound composer, and I try to express my feeling not only about image but also um, about sound, about music. And then there is another project, and this project I would love to shoot it in my original hometown, in my country, and in my region. I'm Italian from South Italy, and then I'm from a region called Calabria, that it's very wild um, inside into the nature, like and then also in there the economy is not really strong, so basically like and the tourism wasn't really big until a few years ago, so everything around my region is basically untouched. And then I would like to shoot something in there. Honestly, I would like to shoot different stories, but right now I'm working about this Haiti style horror story, where I also I'm taking a lot from all those old video games, Japanese video games from 90 or like late 80s, like for example Biohazard, Resident Evil, or like Silent Hill, Dino Crisis, Parasite Evil. I'm a big nerd, and I always try to put some of my of my taste, of my style, like into my movies. And then those are like basically like the project that I would love to shoot in the next year.